Welcome everybody back to the channel, welcome back to Azeroth, and welcome back to the Classic Era playthrough with Ilandril, the Night Elf Druid. And of course when I say welcome back, I mean welcome back for the first time. This is our new Classic Era playthrough to go alongside the hardcore stuff. It is also fully replacing the Season of Discovery Rogue. I've talked about it in the last channel update and some episodes of other things we've been doing. Basically, that rogue feels a bit stuck in a weird place because Season of Discovery is very endgame focused at the moment. It's also in the last few sections of its lifespan, I believe. I'm not really an endgame focused WoW player. I do the odd raid with like a very sort of casual guild. Haven't done it for a while, but yeah, my thing about WoW is engaging with the world, the leveling process. And that's what I want to do with this playthrough. So I want to set out my stall early and say, this is going to be a long playthrough. It's going to be, I don't know, it could be months, it could be up to a year, I don't know. We're going to try and engage in it as much content as possible. We're going to take our time with it. I'm going to try and be a bit more relaxed in terms of reading quests and things like that. I want it to be as like quite immersive, I would describe it. So as I said, this is Ilandril. She is a Night Elf Druid. I haven't played many Night Elves throughout my WoW career, if that's what you want to call it, and I certainly haven't played many Druids. The last time I played Druid was about 2 years ago. I think it was during TBC. It may have been end of Classic, start of TBC. I played one with my wife. My wife played a, I want to say Paladin. And I got to level 60 just as TBC was coming out. So the class changed a lot. I think it may have been around level 50 that all the class changes came in. So I've never had a fully Classic Druid. And that is what we're going to do today. And yes, for quite a while. So I've got everything set up already. I've got obviously the most important thing, my greet macro, and we can begin. We are in Shadowglen, and the first thing actually I should do, guys, and I probably should have done this beforehand. Oh, look how tidy that is. Leatrix Plus is a fantastic all-in-one add-on that can do loads of automation stuff. We're going to turn off automate quests. We're going to sell junk. We're going to repair automatically. Yeah. I just want to make sure everything is set up nicely as it can be. This probably just needs to unlock a little bit there. And give us a little bit more space. Lovely. So now, hopefully, when I come and speak to Conservator Ithellane here...
What brings you here?
Yes. So we've got this add-on here. This is called Dialogue UI. It's made by the people who did the voiceover stuff, I believe. And it makes things a lot more easy to read in terms of, you know, if you actually want to engage with the quest. So we're doing The Balance of Nature.
Farewell.
Greetings, Ilandril. I am Conservator Ithellane. My purpose in Shadowglen is to ensure that the balance of nature is maintained. The spring rains were particularly heavy this year, causing some of the forest beasts to flourish while others suffered. Unfortunately, the night saber and the thistleboar populations grew too large. Shadowglen can only produce so much food for the beasts. Journey forth, young druid, and thin the boar and saber populations so nature's harmony will be preserved. Kill 7 night sabers and 4 young thistleboars.
Go in peace.
I mean, just from reading that, I feel like I've engaged more with the world than I ever did with that rogue. And I don't think I ever knew actually why we were killing boars and sabers. So, yeah, there was a heavy rain, and it's caused certain parts of the forest to flourish and others have suffered. So, as a druid, I guess it's quite, you know, it's all about the balance of nature. That's what we're doing. I will say this, I got a druid to level 10 on the hardcore servers a few months ago, just, you know, something to do in my own time. 1 to 10, for Druid, and I would maybe even go as far to say 1 to 20 as a Druid can be a little rough at times. It's very much spam wrath, like I'm doing here, hit with your little stick or whatever you've got, and keep going. Bear form helps at level 10, and certainly once we get to cat form, things will really help. And I've read that at that point, you can really just self-sustain. You know, any damage you can take, you can pop out of cat form, you can heal up, you go back into cat form, you're not using mana, but your mana's healing in the background, and yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. We probably will go feral. That also gives us the option to tank dungeons if that's, you know, if that's what's needed. But yeah, as you can see, we're very mana inefficient at the beginning. To the point where I might just go and grab some water and sell this food, because we don't need the apples because we've got a healing spell. Oh, I should say, yeah, we've got Wrath, 12 to 14 nature damage. 12 to 14 nature damage. And we've got Healing Touch, which heals us to 31. 37 to 51. Okay. We've also got another quest here. The Woodland Protector. Thank goodness you're here, Druid. Strange news have travelled to me through the whisperings of the forest spirits. The mysterious Woodland Protector, God, these names, Tarandrella, has returned to Shadowglen. The Dryad's presence has not been felt in the forest of Kalimdor in years. Something is surely amiss if she's journeyed back to this land. Seek out Tarandrella and see what business she tends to in our grove. One of the sentinels reported seeing her to the southwest of Aldrassil. Okay. We can do that. But first we want to get some drink. If we can afford it. We might not even be able to afford it yet. Hello? Oh, I'm already talking to you. Sorry, mate. Oh, we're a little bit short. Right, we'll have to come back. But we've got one bit of water for now. I may have mentioned that this is a server that my sort of main Classic Era characters are on. It's what me and my wife play on. It's where our sort of little friend group of players are. We've been in 2 different guilds with them. Like originally, about a year ago, even a half ago, really, is when we sort of started playing with them in another guild, and that guild kind of split up because of, I think it was because of the guild master left the game or something like that, and so someone picked up the mantle and continued to sort of lead that group in a separate guild. And yeah, it's the sort of same bunch of people that are really nice, so it might mean that we get sort of a more regular group of people to play with, you know, if we're looking for dungeons and stuff. It also means that I can maybe give Elandril a little helping hand with stuff, if need be. You know, maybe I'll give her a little bit of money to, like, buy a mount at 40 or stuff like that. We'll see. You've got to remember, this isn't the hardcore challenge after all. You know, we do have the freedom to engage with other parts of the world and other players and stuff like that. So, and if it helps her along her journey, I don't want to do this thing where I just go and buy a load of great gear at level 10, you know, with some gold and then storm my way through it. Though maybe that might be a good idea on reflection, just to get through level 10. Up to level 20, but that, I think, once again, that would defeat the purpose of this, you know, this playthrough, which is supposed to be nice and immersive. Speaking of immersion, why don't I turn the music up a little bit? Oh, it's quite loud. And I might just turn the effects down slightly. Because I know sometimes they can be a bit loud. So traditionally, I've always disliked the Night Elf starting area. I don't know whether it's just because, obviously, here we are up here. To any new players or new watchers that don't know about WoW, a lot of the Alliance is based here. So you've got the humans in their starting area just out of Stormwind, in Elwyn Forest. You've got the dwarves and the gnomes in Dunmoreau. So they're all there. And obviously we're up here. And then a lot of the sort of early good questing for the Alliance is around here. You want to do Westfall because there's an early dungeon there. So you want to try, you really want to get over there at some point. Now, this is sort of the second area for most Night Elves, Darkshore. I don't think I've ever completed this full area. I think I may have done bits and bobs. So I think our plan will be to do as much as Darkshore as possible. And then...
Greetings.
Oh, let me just think, what do we need here? Let's get more leather. I didn't... Oh, sorry, guys, I didn't read that last bit. But I'll just make sure I'm reading at least the main bits of the quest. Thinning the younger... So this is called the Balance of Nature again. Thinning the younger population of creatures here in Shadowglen was a good start, Elandril, but there is still work to be done. The resources of the forest will be depleted too quickly if the problem is not addressed. Killing nature's beast is a necessary evil for the good of all who share the land. Venture into the forest and slay mangy night sabers and thistleboars in the name of balance. Okay, and we'll get a belt or a top. And then Verdant Sigil. This sigil was given to me by a messenger from our druid trainer, Mardont. It seems that Mardon would have words with you when you have a moment to read it and bring it to him afterwards. Okay? Put our gloves on, read the sigil. When word reached me that you were ready, I sent the sigil immediately. All of Cenarius' druids take great satisfaction in seeing our numbers bolster. The spirits even seem to have become stronger with our enhanced presence. In time, and with some patience, hopefully our strength will return to the former grandeur. Find me near the top of Aldrassil when you are ready. I will be your guide as long as you are in Shadowglen. Mardant Strongoak, Druid Trainer. Thank you. And we can go learn Mark of the Wild from him in a moment.
What is nature's call?
This is the Woodland Protector. I see you found me, young Night Elf. Melithor is a wise druid to have sent you.
Is there trouble?
Something evil is brewing in the forest of Teldrassil. Look along the hills. Look along the hills to where the peaceful Firbolgs used to dwell. They have deserted their homes and are amassing under the name of the Gnarlpine tribe. Only the corruption, wicked Felmos, could have caused such a transformation. The Grells and Grelkin have infested the area and are threatening the residents of Shadowglen. Engage these Grells and Grelkin in Elandril and see if they are indeed caught under the enchantment of the wicked Felmos. Okay. I'll just go pick this up as well. A good friend for level 4. Hup.
I am honored.
A friend of mine named Iveron usually visits me at the same time every day. The strange thing is that he hasn't been by today at all. He's several hours late, in fact. I admit I'm a bit worried. Elandril, Iveron spends a lot of time over by the cave to the north, and I'm sure you know how dangerous it is there. Spiders everywhere. If you happen to be going that way, though, will you keep an eye out for him?
They'll not.
We can do that. We'll go speak to our druid trainer. Get Mark of the Wild. Every little helps in these early levels. I was thinking, while I was creating the character last night, and how this is sort of going to run aside the hardcore challenge. I wonder if anyone has unknowingly or accidentally ever completed the hardcore challenge. Do you know what I mean? Like, before it became like a thing, did anyone just get to 60 without dying and never sort of realised it? I bet it must have happened with the amount of players and the amount of characters that have been made over the years. It must have, right? Okay, Mordant. Ah, young druid, I see you're eager to continue your studies. Good. I wonder, have you spent much time in the Emerald Dream already? Perhaps you're not prepared for that yet. In time, I'm sure. But until then, we should discuss other matters. I will be your mentor and guide for now. It is my duty to teach you how to interpret not only what the spirits communicate to us, but also the complexities and secrets of the Emerald Dream. As you learn and grow in power, you will learn more of our sleeping trance, but until then, return to me as often as you like, and I will teach you what I can in the ways of our kind.
Good luck, friend.
Thank you.
Peace be with
We will get Mark of the Wild. A little bit of laggy teaching there. We'll put Mark of the Wild there. I usually, for some reason, always use T for my buffs. And we will get back to restoring the balance of nature around Shadow Glen. So we need to kill Grells for their Felmos, and then just kill some Night Sabers and Thistleballs again. Right, here's a Grelkin. Oh, I forgot to get water. Oh dear. Oh, you're a bit tough, aren't you? A new robe there. I'm thinking maybe we do the balance of nature first. Seems like the Grelka might be a bit higher level. Oh, it's not too bad. Level 3, yeah, okay. So yeah, like I said, this is going to be a long series, probably made up of many episodes. I don't know how structured it's going to be. It's probably just going to be a bit, you know, by the seat of me pants kind of thing. If you would like to join, we are on the EU servers. I know I've got a few American viewers, so that's not sort of ideal. But if there are any EU viewers out there who are looking for a home in Classic Era, this is Mirage Raceway Classic Era. It is a lovely little community. And I would certainly recommend it. It's obviously clustered now with, it's the Pirewood Village cluster. So yeah, there's always people about, like, now you've got to remember that the time that we're doing this, but if we do like who 1 to 10, you know, a weekday morning, there's 23 people in that bracket. Most of the time when I do this check, it's usually 50, but it's usually more regular playing hours. If I then do 11 to 20, you've got 39 there. You know, so there are people. It's not as big as it was, like, say, maybe a year ago, where like Classic Era really took off again. But yet there is a community there of people playing and who want to play. And then if we look at the high level brackets, There's loads of level 60s if that's your thing. There's loads of end game content to be done. A lot of the guilds work really well together. But yeah, obviously myself and my wife, we're currently playing through our paladin and... No, sorry, our priest and warrior. Whenever we've wanted to do a dungeon, we've managed to get dungeons put together. We've skipped a few, I will admit, this time around. But yeah, whenever we have wanted to, we have been able to get them. So yeah, come along if you can. It'd be great. And, you know, maybe one of you wants to roll a healer and you can be my pocket healer. I joke, of course, but, you know, if you do want to come over and engage, that'd be great. We could maybe make a little guild. We'll see how things go. I think what you've got to do, especially if you're playing a druid where it's a bit stop and starty at the beginning, you've just got to accept that it's a slower paced game. It's going to be slower paced anyway because we're like reading the quests. You know, if you think about it, skipping quests compared to reading quests, say it takes, I don't know, 15 seconds to read a quest. That compounds over, you know, however many quests there are. Suddenly that adds a lot of time. So, yeah, please get comfy for the long run. That's the mindset I've got to get myself into, because I'm guilty of it as well. You know, you would have seen in the other playthroughs, I've got automated quests on. Usually I'm just picking them up, doing them. I'll usually read, like, what the objective is. But, you know, why am I doing those things? I'm never really completely sure. Okay, so we've got all our boars. Now we need fell moss from these blokes. A little bit of staff action there. I was just thinking how tempting it would be to get like a white staff, like with the best spirit enchant on that I could get, just to. I think Alexa just randomly spoke to me. God, that scared me. Thought somebody was in the house. Right, we're doing okay with the old Felmos here. But yeah, I was thinking, yeah, get like a staff with spirit on just to help with the mana regen. Early levels. But is that immersive? I don't know. Right. I think we just stack a load of water, don't we? That's what we do. We bite the bullet. We're a big boy. Cast some more wrath. Okay. Two more. I was just watching the staff animation there. It's like a bespoke animation. And it's really... like, it's really good. Like, oh, we need some... okay. Let's have a drink. But only warriors really would use staffs for, you know, hand-to-hand combats. There are actually some staves. Sorry, staves. There are some staves that are actually at certain level brackets, like the best in slot that you can get. So you can efficiently be a staff warrior. But look at that. Look at the way she's holding that. That's well cool. Right, we have got our Felmos. We now need mangy lightsabers, and we need to go check on Iveron. One thing I will say is I know that Questy is probably not the most immersive playthrough add-on for playthroughs, because we know where everything is. I could not be convinced to turn Questy off. I know, like, people say, well, it's not as like immersive, and you just know where everything is. But like, man, let me tell you, back in vanilla, there was so many quests that after I replayed Classic back in 2019, I didn't even know they existed, because you just, I don't know, unless you knew someone who knew on it, or even though you had like stuff like Thoughtbot and Wowhead or whatever, if you went specifically looking for something, then why would you know about it? So the requests, like, there won't be any yet because we're not at that level. But like, you just see a random question mark somewhere, you'd be like, what the heck is that? And I just think, I think I've said it before, but I think Questy turns an incredible game in WoW Classic into like an even better game, because you know where to engage in the world, what to do. You're not just running around, just bumping your head, just thinking, oh, what do I do now? What do I do now? I used to be doing orange quests because I couldn't find any other quests. You'd be killing things that were well higher level than you. It would be frustrating. You'd either be dying or you'd be using all your resources to get one kill. It felt like a slog. I wouldn't have killed, but I would have done certain things to have something like Questy back then. So yeah, that will be staying. But I'm not going to use a leveling guide or anything like that. I'm just going to use sort of my intuition, I suppose. Not to diss leveling guides. I have used one on a warrior initially when we played Wild Classic. Yeah, so as I was saying, I used a leveling guide to level my warrior when I was playing on my own. My wife wasn't fully into WoW yet. We got there eventually, but okay, that's all that done. And it really helped, especially as a warrior. Solo warrior leveling can be a little difficult at times, especially if you are not doing the right level quests. If you're fighting harder stuff, it can be a real grind. And if you haven't got like a really good weapon, they're so weapon dependent warriors. Oh gosh, we've got spiders, right? I think we need, see here, to actually collect those. So I'm going to go back and hand all this in. Then I'm going to pick up that quest, and then I'll go back. We'll find our friend Iveron, and also get the venom sacks as well. We need to get some water. Beautiful music, isn't it? Okay, Webwood Venom. I came to Shadow Glen to observe the webwood spiders that dwell in the Shadow Thread Cave. They are cousin to a much smaller variety of spider. I believe the World Tree has had a profound effect on them. I would like specimens to study to confirm this. First, I would like some of their venom. Gather webwood venom sacs from the spiders in and around the Shadow Thread cave to the north. I can then examine them for similarities with their smaller cousin's venom. Yes, sir. And then balance of nature.
Farewell.
You have proven your dedication to nature well, Elandril. A young druid like yourself has a promising future. Oh, that's nice to know. That is an upgrade for us, thank you. Oh, we need to go speak to this dryad as well. Woodland Protector.
Hi.
Oh yeah, satisfy my suspicions, Elandril. Bring me 8 Felmos. Yep.
The great outdoors.
Your service to the creatures of Shadowgun is worthy of a reward, Elandril. You confirmed my fears. However, if the Grells have become tainted by Felmos, one can only imagine what's become of the Nalpine tribes of the Nalpine tribe of Fairborgs who once lived here. Should you find yourself in Dolinar, able druid, seek out the knowledgeable druid Athridas Bearmantle. He shares our concern for the well-being of the forest. Sure thing. That is an upgrade for us. Some nice pants. We'll go sell. We're very close to leveling, actually. Let's kill this piggy. There we go. Let's have a look here. We can learn Moonfire and Rejuvenation. We'll probably just pick up one of them for now, I think. Because I want to sort of... I'd rather get some water. Let's do a quick sell. We got sold a lot there. Sell all that. And then... some water, please, Delia. Oh, we might actually be able to afford both. So yeah, we're going to get Moonfire, which is like a... it's a mixture of a dot and instant damage, so it does some damage straight away, and then it leaves a little dot damage over time. And Rejuvenation, which is a heal over time. We haven't actually had to heal yet. That's what it looks like. So this is like what you'd call like a direct heal, so it just goes boosh and adds a big chunk of health back to your character or another person's character. And then heal over time, you press it, and then over certain ticks it will heal, so you can sort of, you have that buffer while you loading up your next heal. Hello again, Mardant. Could you train me to be a better druid? Thank you very much. So we'll put Moonfire, let's put that there. We'll put Rejuve like there. So yeah, as you can see now, when I press 5 for Rejuvenation, it hasn't healed me instantly, but if we look up here, you can see 8 damage is healed every 3 seconds. So you'll see, when, especially when we get our animal forms, you can be in your, Night Elf mode. You see, like, say that piggy, you go, okay, I'm going to go into Night Elf mode, into bear mode or cat mode. I'll throw a heal onto me. I'd then press cat form, and then you'd have that heal over you while you were in cat form. Your mana would be regenning while you were in cat form, because you're not going to be using mana to your sort of physical abilities as a cat or a bear. Then you can pop out. If you've taken damage, any more damage, you can add another heal, and you can just sort of keep going. It's really good. The other options for leveling as a druid, you've got Balanced Druid, and you get Moonkin form, which are those like big, they look like owlbears, I suppose is the best way to describe them. They are really interesting. It's an interesting spec to play, however, it's really poor for leveling. Like, They are sort of known as Oomkins because they're always out of mana. I think it's one of those things that maybe once you get to like level 40 or something, you could respec to it and it might be a bit better. Maybe level 50. I'm not completely sure. I'm not at all a druid expert. But that's the other option. So that's more spellcasty. And then deals a talent tree as restoration. That's about healing. I would not level solo as a...
I am honored.
And so let me read this. I'm glad you found me, Landrel. How did you know I was here?
Alone light your
Oh, I was bitten very badly by a spider named Githus the Vile while exploring the spider cave very close to here. I'm sure I've been seriously poisoned. You must help. Please tell Dirani Silvershine. She will be able to help me. Hurry, I'm so dizzy.
goddess watch over.
Okay. Yeah, so the other spec is Restoration. That boosts all your heals. Leveling as a pure healing spec, whether that's a priest, a druid, a paladin, a shaman. Is there anything else off the top of my head? Priest? No, I don't think so. No, not as not at classic anyway. Why am I doubting myself? Is there another one? No. Okay, so there are ways that you can level as those specs, you know, the healing specs. Firstly, you just do dungeons all the time. In classic, that will still take a while. Well, it's obviously better if you play as a group with someone. So, me and my wife, for example, she is leveling her priest as holy. I leveled my priest as holy because we were playing with someone else. But I'm playing a warrior, so I do all the damage. She keeps us healed. That's when you can sort of play that sort of, and you know that you're still not going to tank your leveling experience too much. Oh dear, I was wondering why you hadn't been, why everyone, well, I hadn't seen everyone yet, and I've always warned him about those spiders. We may be able to help everyone, as I know I have an antidote that should help with the poison. It requires some ingredients, though before I can make it, I need hyacinth mushrooms. You can find these growing under trees, or you may collect them from the Grell south of here. They seem to have taken a liking to them. I'll also need moon petal lilies, which only grow around the watery pools. The last ingredient may prove more difficult from the spiders that have poisoned Iveron. I need webwood ichor.
Good luck, friend.
Cool. Well, I think that's a natural little stopping point for this first episode. You know how I love a screenshot, guys. That's run, not screenshot. Lovely. So thank you guys for joining myself and Elandril at the very beginning of her long and I'm sure arduous journey through Azeroth. We've got a lot to do. I really hope you enjoy it. I've actually really enjoyed this episode. I was a bit worried that I was going to think, oh no, you know, I haven't played with Druid. I don't like the Night Elf area. Oh, this is going to be rubbish. But I've, just by reading the quest and engaging a bit more, really enjoyed it. So yeah, this will be a very long-term playthrough. I could see it lasting months. So yeah, strap in. Thank you so much for watching, guys and gals. And I will see you very soon in the next one. Stay safe out there, and bye for now.